What's up, guys? We are back. I don't have my little partner with me. I have come to the conclusion that I think we're gonna switch to a different format. I still want to do the podcast, but I kind of want to change it from being the Troubled Past podcast for the channel and changing it to something about like breaking cycles or new generation. There was a couple things like that kind of sounded good, but none of them were really good names, but something along those lines. And then that way we can still do the podcast, but I can focus more on content with my son, with the stuff we're doing for the nonprofit, with the house build. We can actually put it all together in one platform so that it doesn't seem off. Because putting all of that on something that's the Troubled Past podcast just seems weird. And a lot of the people seem to be liking the content with my son, which I totally get. My son's the best. He's the greatest. And I would love to just focus on doing stuff with my son. I want to do this to help kids and help them be better. And we'll stick to that. But we'll just do it alongside everything else. And it'll just be another thing. And then if the podcast blows up and people are really liking it, then we'll just move it over to its own separate thing. But right now, I really think that every other week I'm going to bring my son on. Now that people are actually commenting and saying that they like it and stuff, now he's more excited to come on. He never wanted to. He was like, no, I don't want to go, Dad, please, no. And I'm like, no, dude, you're coming. You're coming. I have to sit there and try to do this by myself. I need you, man. At least with you, I got someone I can riff off of. He's funny. We can mess around, and he's goes with it. Like, he's good. I feel like the older he gets, he's going to be even better at it, and we're going to be able to actually, like, do more comedy stuff. And maybe that's what I've been waiting on. Maybe that's the issue, is I'm trying to do it with people that just aren't for me. And my whole purpose is just to be patient so that I can do it with my son. And then hopefully I can do it with my daughter. Maybe they'll move closer, or we'll be able to fly back and forth more and we can see her. That'd be awesome. So I think that's the plan now. So the name will probably change on the podcast channel. This podcast will still be the same. But I think I'm just going to rebrand it a bit, switch it up. See how it goes. If it doesn't work, then we can switch it back. But people like seeing me and my son. They love seeing our dynamic. They love seeing the way we interact with each other. They enjoy it. And then the more I watch it, the more I realize that it's something that we kind of need more of in America, in the world in general. We need to see that type of dynamic. It made me think about like other YouTubers and the family stuff, and it is kind of fake. Like it's super fake. And I get turning it on for the camera and stuff, but the whole dynamic is fake. And one of the most famous family YouTube channels, I heard that they're a lot better now. I'm not going to say the name. I could say allegedly so that I can't get sued. Allegedly from the rumors I've heard, I'm scared to say it. I don't want to get sued. But allegedly from the rumors I've heard, FGTV, the dad on that used to have a crazy temper. But they hid that. And honestly, I have crazy temper. I don't anymore as much because I've been self-medicating a bit. So not as much. And by that, I just mean like I got a little dab pen, hit the dab pen. And I honestly, I feel like it helps a lot. Because I was getting just stressed and angry, and you let a lot of stuff just like blow over and just roll off your back when you just hit that pen real quick. It's nice. It's very nice. It is very nice. The gamer rage, we've talked so much about the gamer rage, completely gone. Someone commented and was like, bro, you just gotta smoke. And I was like, dude, I do, but it's so strong. And I had to stop at my brother's father-in-law's, and they just had a nice harvest, and they still had a bunch of flour left from their last harvest. And he's like, dude, do you want some? I've got so much. I just need to get rid of it. I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, here, I'll give you a bunch. And he gave me the stuff from last year, which I was like, all right, man, that's kind of fucked up. But he gave me the stuff from last year, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'll do something with it. And I was like, maybe I'll just try it. So I smoked a little. At first it was too much, so much. And then I just kept doing just little by little. And then I was able to do that and moved up to some better stuff. And then from that ounce, I was like, all right, I don't like the smell. I don't like reeking like a pothead. I don't like the crash out after. So I just went and bought a pen. But it helps so much. And what made me start was the gamer rage when I saw that comment. And I was like, bro, that's all you need. And I was like, you know what, I'll try it. And it all just kind of fell into place. And when I smoked, I called myself out on so much stuff. So much stuff. I was like, bro, you need to be working harder. You need to be doing this. You've got deadlines. You need to be pushing yourself harder. You need to be saving more. You need to be taking care of the house more. Because I don't know if I've said this before, but we're staying with family while we build the house. And I was like, bro, you need to be cleaning this house more. You need to be showing, you need to be taking care of it more and showing more gratitude that they're letting you stay. You need, all of this. And it just made me realize, bro, you need to just push it harder, be a better person, stop losing your temper. And it just helps so much. So I just got the pen and decided to just keep going. I am going to stop once we move from the family's house. And I'm just going to have to try to work on the gamer rage and the anger a little bit more. Because I don't want to be a pothead dad. I know it's cool and all, but I just need something to just chill out while we're in this situation. Just so I don't lose my cool, you know. Like I said before in one of the previous things, I broke a wood desk doing gamer rage. I just can't do it. There's just so much piled up that I was just a very short fuse. Very short, quick to pop. I was kind of the money for the house, the stress of getting this going, the stress of actually getting into the home while getting a well, getting the electric on the land, fixing it up, cleaning it up, doing all of this stuff while still going out and visiting my daughter and having money for flights and having money to do stuff with my son and taking time off with my son. And all of it was just, you're with family and being with family is stressful, and it all just was so much. And this just kind of took the edge off. Very nice. Very nice. And I'm sure you can tell it's about 2 episodes ago, I'm thinking. Probably 2 or 3 episodes ago, you can see the difference. The demeanor and the eye. I thought it was so funny because I saw one episode, I'm all right, go. And the other one's all, hey, what's up, guys? And, the whole demeanor was just different. But yeah, I feel like as of now, it'll just help me get through this. And it's helped me stay focused on showing better gratitude, cleaning up more, taking care of the house, making sure that my family doesn't have to do as much while I'm there, so that it's not like we're burdens. And then before I leave, I'm going to redo the floors for them. I don't know why I'm saying for. It's for my mom. So I'm going to redo the floors for my mom because her landlords just won't do it. And I get it. They just logistically trying to figure out how to do the floors while she lives there just seems like a nightmare. And if we're doing it, we can just go have her stay at my brother's, have him come. Me and him can knock it out in a day. see if they'll take it off the rent, so I'm going to do that. And then I've got to take over her electric bill. I got to take over her rent. The goal before we leave and before we move out onto the land and we're good is I want to be paying all of my mom's bills. So I gotta do all of that on top of saving the money. And then we'll get into the house. But that's the goal. Is I want to make it to where she doesn't have any bills when we move. And all of the Social Security money or whatever she has coming in, she can actually like do stuff with. Because it sucks seeing people struggle. Like it sucks watching someone not be able to buy something and the stress that comes with it, the attitude, the snappiness, like, can we get this? No, we can't get this. And it's not like someone did anything wrong asking. And it's not like you don't want to get it for someone. It's just that you can't, and it stresses you out that you can't, and it makes you feel bad that you can't. And that sadness and that self-loathing and stuff just comes out as, no, we can't, I told you not to ask. You know what I mean? And I just don't want to see my mom struggle. She struggled enough with me. Like, holy shit. Raising me had to be a nightmare. Had to be stressful. I'm just gone. Getting calls from cops. Having to come pick me up on drugs. After crashing cars. After just a night of drinking and drive, something, like there was so much that I put her through. And I was just such an asshole. So mean, so fucking mean. Like, I was the worst. Called her to the worst things. I would like, when I was in high school, I'd like push her onto the couch and like, I was just terrible. I was terrible. And I feel like the least I can do is at least make sure that she's taken care of, her bills are taken care of, so that she can at least have a little bit of money and enjoy her retirement years, It's sad enough that she doesn't really have to work, but she takes care of my grandparents so that she can make some money. Really, she was doing all the stuff anyway. Now she just gets paid for it, but it's just bad enough that at that age she has to. And I want to make it to where, of course, she can do that to help them, but she's not going to have to get a job or anything, because without that, she would have to get a job. So before we leave, I want to make sure that all her bills are paid. I want to make sure her house is good. I'm going to buy her some new furniture since my dogs have been there. I'm going to make sure she's taken care of. We're going to get the house going. We're going to turn it into something where we can film at. It's going to have 2 studios in the living room. So the whole thing is, I've said it a lot. We bought an old mobile home, gutted it out. I'm going to completely redo it. I'm going to do epoxy resin floors. I'm going to do some Venetian walls. I'm going to do completely custom everything. Like, we're going to hand build everything, I believe. We'll see. I've never built anything. So I'm just winging it. It's all just going to be like winging it, figuring it out, school YouTube. I'm hoping I can teach my son some things. I feel like this is kind of something that we can put on the channel as well. I mean, the whole thing we'll put on the channel, but we can do it in a way if we switch it up to where it's like, growing up without a father, I wasn't taught all these things. And I want to make sure that my son gets to learn these things. So we're learning together, something like that. And that's a killer YouTube. People would love that. So if we switch it up, then we can throw that on. We can do, all right, now we're building cabinets. And it'll be like the breaking generational cycle, something like that. So that's the plan now. I just got to figure out a good name, create the logo, create all the branding and stuff, and then we'll just switch it over. Luckily, not too many people will notice. I don't think anybody really notices the name yet, but they're starting to notice us, which is really cool. It's exciting. And they're starting to they're like, oh, it's these guys, him and his son. which is really exciting for him. And he's going to be so cool. I can't wait for him to go back to school now. Because we got this going, and I can see that it's going somewhere. Especially once we start adding in the build. People are going to love that. Seeing this old, dilapidated mobile home, when you see the videos, the rat poo, it's disgusting. It was disgusting. And when you see what we do with it, because I'm ripping out all the old floorboards, I'm ripping off the walls, I'm replacing all the walls, I'm replacing all the insulation, replacing the floors. Ripped out, we already destroyed the bathroom. We were hitting it with sledgehammers. All those videos are gonna be great. And we're gonna completely redo it. So when people see that, they're gonna eat that up. Like, this is gonna go somewhere big. And he's gonna have his own custom room. He's gonna have like this cool spot. I don't know. I'm excited for him. I'm very happy that someone had to have heard it, but I'm very happy that he gets to have a better life than I did. And it makes me feel like I at least did something right. I've failed at a lot. I can't say most things because a lot of things I haven't stopped pursuing, and it's not a failure until you actually quit. But I have failed at a lot of things. One thing I will never be called a failure at or ever be considered a failure at is being a father. And that makes me very happy. Because really that's the only thing that matters. I remember not wanting kids at all. Not at all. I remember when she showed me those pregnancy tests, and I looked at her and I was like, I guess I should tell the full story. All right. So I didn't want kids. I was going to tell it in the middle. It wouldn't have worked well. So I didn't want kids. I was literally about to move to California. I had it planned. I was going to move to Merced, which I guess is kind of a lower income part of it. I didn't care. It's like, I actually prefer the hood. It's nice. It's safe. The hood's safe. People look out for you. Like, you're in a good spot. No one's going to be telling anybody, like, you mind your business. It's nice. So I was already looking at houses. I was a rapper at the time. Like, I was running a record label. I had some really good artists under me. We were creating some really good songs. We were doing a lot of shows all over, all the time. And I was like, to really chase this, I need to move to like California. So I was planning to move to California. Me and my son's mom, we weren't together at the time. We had broken up. She wanted to have a break or something. And we weren't together at the time, but we were still like kind of hanging out and chilling. And I'm in the shower. She's at my house, and I'm in the shower. And then she's like, hey, I need to tell you something. I was like, oh, God, what did you break? And she goes, nothing, I didn't break anything. And I was like, what is it? And she opens the shower curtain, and she's got a bag, and it's got multiple pregnancy tests. Like, it's a bag full of tests. And and I look at it, and I go, oh, God, why couldn't you have just broken something? And I was like, my life is over. The worst reaction ever. I feel bad. Comedically, it's funny. So, I mean, I laugh about it, but like, I know it's a dick move. But comedically, if you saw that like on a TV show, it would have been gold. It would have been gold. Like, so I think it's funny, but I'm like, my life is over. What? No, why? And she was all excited to tell me, and I didn't want kids at all. So to go from that to my kids are my life is such a huge change. And I wouldn't change it for anything. I can't believe how naive I was in that bathroom, freaking out. Like, no, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. You've met my son. He is perfect. I wish he was here right now. I absolutely hate Fridays. Well, I love Fridays because Friday he comes and it's our week, but he also leaves on Fridays. So I hate Fridays because it's like a part of me leaves. So I just try to stay busy. I just kind of like make time go by as fast as possible. So, I mean, you've met him. He's awesome. I can't believe that I thought being a father would be some terrible thing, or it would be like some hindrance, something that was just going to I would much rather be a dad than be a rapper. I don't care how famous I ever became. I would much rather be Skylar Johnson's dad. And I'd much rather be my daughter's dad. I'm not saying her name out loud. But I would much rather be her dad, and I would much rather be my son's dad than be some rapper. Who knows, maybe I would have made it. Maybe I would have been some like semi-famous rapper. I was hungry. I was doing so much. I feel like I would have went pretty far. My ego was at that perfect level of confident, but not like super cocky to where it turned people off. The music was good. Like I could have made it pretty decent. Wouldn't want that over being a father at all. There's nothing about it. No money, no women, no cars, no parties, nothing. None of that sounds better than being a dad. So, I mean, it's so crazy that how far it's come. And dude, one thing, you just can't say that I'm a bad dad. Which is really cool. I'm excited about that. I'm proud. I'm excited. So yeah, I think we're going to switch it up. But then I don't know, like, it's hard because it's like, dude, if you're going to do the podcast, keep it the podcast, but then I got to do a whole different channel for the other stuff. And it's like, I don't know. We'll see. I think for sure I'm going to switch this up. I think Troubled Past Podcast is going to switch into something more like that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the Troubled Past will just be paused for a minute and we'll change this into me and my son. Because people seem to like that more. And then as we grow a following and it's easier to get guests, then we'll jump back and start podcasting. Me and my son will still do a podcast every other week, and we'll throw it on this channel. I mean, because really most people are watching the clips and stuff anyway. I don't know. We'll see. Because then, I don't know. See, now you guys get to see so here's my thought process. Do the podcast every other week with Skylar. And then we just create another piece of content for the following week. Like a hot sauce video, some sort of like actual YouTube content. And then the next week is the podcast, and the next week's that. And then as we start growing and we start working on other stuff, so once we hit summertime, then we do like the podcast. Here's some episodes of the build. Here's some stuff of I didn't learn how to do this, but I'm going to learn and teach my son, whatever. And then we can actually start adding more different types of content. But then the solo pod part stops. But I'm honestly not a fan of the whole solo pod part. It's not that it's hard to be funny. And that's what I want to do, is I want to be funny. Yeah, I want to talk about serious stuff, and I want to deal with that type of stuff too, but when we're not talking about serious stuff, I kind of want to be funny. I want to be funny, and then when we bring in actual guests, go back to serious, but still throw a little bit of comedy in it, not too much. So we'll see. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to figure out. And I know this probably isn't great podcasting, But maybe you're like, nah, man, you guys should do this. You should do this. Maybe you guys can help me. Comment below. What do you think would be the best? Because I do love all the stuff that we have going on. I really want to show you all the stuff with United and Change. But then I'm going to have to put a lot of that stuff on. Yeah. This is something I need to think about, not on here with you guys. I apologize. It was probably boring bringing you guys into all of that. But there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to work on. There's a lot to be excited about. I love that people are commenting. I love that people are starting to take notice. I love that I'm starting to realize that it really is just being consistent and just putting it out there. Because, yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's people are seeing and seeing and seeing, and eventually it's going to be like, oh, it's those guys, it's those guys. And after a while of seeing the same people with different content, they become influencers. And I get it now. It really is just a quantity thing. With quality, of course. Like, there's a lot of people that put out a bunch of stuff all the time, but it's just so boring and so, like, that it doesn't matter. But it really is the quantity. It's the not giving up when no one's watching. That's the biggest thing, is people tend to just give up when no one's watching. And I was close. I'm not going to lie. Like, there was a point where I was putting out stuff that was getting like 100 views. Some of it was, and I was like, dude, this is irritating. I was like, why am I doing this? And I was like, nope, we're just going to keep going. At the very least, we can do it just so we can learn to keep talking better. We can hold a longer conversation without and it's getting better. This one alone has gotten better. It hasn't been like, and like, I don't know how to fully explain it, but there's times where I repeat the word until the thought finally processes and goes out of my mouth. This thing, something like that. And I've done a lot better at not doing that. So at the very least, we can take this and just use it so that we can get better at speaking. Because here soon, we're going to have to go to the council meetings, and we're going to have to go speak in front of people. I'm going to have to start talking to people. And I need to make sure that I can articulate what I want to say without spazzing out. It's a lot different being in front of It's a lot different being in front of the camera, Jesus. But, see, because I'm not the type, the camera doesn't scare me. There's nobody in here. I'm just talking by myself in a room. It doesn't worry me at all. It doesn't bother me. You put some people in front of me, I'm talking like this, and then we got to go. Okay? What? Yeah, I go so fast. So fast. I've had to speak in front of like Rotary Republic. Yeah, in front of the Rotary Club. And they're like, all right, you got 20 minutes. I was like, cool, I got this. This is about 20 minutes. I was done in about 5 minutes. I went so fast, I didn't know what to do. Like, they're all, well, I guess we got some extra time on our hands, so like, oops. Yeah, so put some people in front of me, and it's a totally different thing. But I do feel like this will help. This is going to help me keep the slowness, the slower pace. That was so dumb. But that right there, that's going to be something that I can fix. The slowness, the slower pace. You got to keep the slowness, the slower pace. I don't even know. I wonder if did that sound like Trump? Did I do it? I've been trying so hard. It's so hard. I'm not good at voices. I mean, I'm good at like not impersonations, but I'm good at other voices. I'm good at like I feel like I'd be a good voice actor. I want to try it so bad. I need to figure out how to get into it, because you see stuff where there's a voice actor that's speaking for the character, but they're just speaking like themselves. Have you ever seen something like that, and it doesn't fully bring you in? It's like it sounds like someone else is talking. I get the lips are moving in the sand. It's supposed to be, but it just doesn't. I don't know. That's like a Steve Carell doing Groot. That perfect. It fits that character so well. And if he would have just walked in and like was talking like the dude from The Office, what a weird and different movie that would have been. Despicable Me would have been so different, and yeah. And I feel like I kind of understand how to do that. I'd love to try it. I think it'd be fun. There's a lot of things I can't wait to try. I can't wait to be free. So my day is filled with meetings and doing cool stuff and calling companies and setting up business deals and doing. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm ready. Bro, these single ones are hard to push through. How do you do a full hour? I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna chop it up, call it good at 30. I think we're switching some things up. Let me know what you think. I love y'all. Comment, like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. I'll see you on the next one.